What is up, good people of the internet? We are here for another one of these vector space talks. And I've got to say, it's a special day. We've got the folks from Cheshire Cat coming at you full on today. And I want to get it started right away because I know they got a lot to talk about. And today we get a 2-for-1 discount. It's going to be nothing like you have experienced before. Or maybe those are big words. I'm setting them up huge. We've got Piero coming at us live. Where you at, Piero? Piero is the founder. There he is. Founder at Cheshire Cat. And you are joined today by Nico, one of the core contributors. It's great to have you both here. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Very excited. So you guys are going to be talking to us all about what you poetically put, how to meow on a long tail with Cheshire Cat. And so I know you've got some slides prepared. I know you've got all that fun stuff working right now. And I'm going to let you hop right into it so we don't waste any time. You ready? Who wants to share their screen first? Is it you, Nico, or you, Pierre?
I'll go. Thanks.
Here we go, man. You should be seeing it right now.
Yes.
Boom. Let's go.
Thank you, Demetrios. So we're happy to be hosted at the Vector Space Talk. Let's talk about the Cheshire Cat AI. This is an open source framework. We have a little partnership going on with Qdrant because the native DB in this framework is Qdrant. It's a Python framework, and before starting to get into the details, I'm going to show you a little video. This is the website. So you see, it's a classic language model assistant chat. We have for each message you have explainability. You can upload the documents. This is all handled automatically. And we start with new stuff. You have a memory page where you can search through the memories of your cat, delete, explore collection from Qdrant. We have a plugin system, and you can publish any plugin. You can sell your plugin, and there is a big ecosystem already. And we also give explanation on memories. We have adapters for the most common language models, dark theme. You can do a lot of stuff with the framework. This is how it presents itself. We have a blog with tutorials, but going back to our numbers, it is open source, GPL licensed. We have some good numbers. We are mostly active in Italy and in a good part of Europe, East Europe, and also a little bit of our communities in the United States. There are a lot of contributors already, and our Docker image has been downloaded quite a few times. So it's really easy to start up and running because you just Docker run and you're good to go. We have also a Discord server with thousands of members. If you want to join us, it's gonna be fun. We like meme. We like to build culture around code. So it is not just the code. These are the main components of the cat. You have a chat as usual. The rabbit hole is our module dedicated to document ingestion. You can extend all of these parts. We have an agent manager. Metadata is the module to manage plugins. We have a vector DB, which is Qdrant natively. By the way, we use both the file-based Qdrant, the container version, and also we support the cloud version. So if you are using Qdrant, we support the whole stack right now with the framework. We have an embedder and a large language model. Coming to the embedder and language models, you can use any language model or embedder you have. You want closed source, API, open, Ollama, self-hosted, anything. These are the main features. So the first feature of the cat is that is ready to fight. It is already Dockerized. It's model agnostic. One command in the terminal, and you can meow. The other aspect is that there is not only a retrieval augmented generation system, but there is also an action agent. This is all customizable. You can plug in any script you want as an agent, or you can customize the already present default agent. And one of our specialties that we do retrieval augmented generation, not only of documents, as everybody's doing, but we do also augmented generation over conversations. I can hear your keyboard. We do augmented generation over conversations and over procedures. So also our tools and conversational forms are embedded into the DB. We have a big plugin system. It's really easy to use, and with different primitives. We have hooks, which are events, WordPress style events. We have tools, function calling, and also we just build up a spec for conversational forms. So you can use your assistant to order a pizza, for example, multi-turn conversation and order a pizza, book a flight. You can do operative stuff. I already told you, and I repeat a little, not just a runner, but it's a full-fledged framework. So we build this not to use language model, but to build applications on top of language models. There is a big documentation where all the events are described. You find tutorials, and with a few lines of code, you can change the prompt. You can use LangChain-inspired tools. And also, and this is the big part we just built, you can use conversational forms. We launched directly on GitHub and in our Discord a pizza challenge where we challenged our community members to build up prototypes to support a multi-turn conversational pizza order. And the result of this challenge is this spec where you define a Pydantic model in Python, and then you subclass the pizza form, the cat form from the framework, and you can give examples on utterances that triggers the form, stops the forms, and you can customize the submit function and any other function related to the form. So with a simple subclass, you can handle pragmatic, operational, multi-turn conversations. And I truly believe we are among the first in the world to build such a spec. We have a lot of plugins. Many are built from the community itself. Many people is already hosting private plugins. There is a little marketplace independent about plugins. All of these plugins are open source. There are many ways to customize the cat. The big advantage here is no vendor lock-in. So since the framework is open and the plugin system can be open, you do not need to pass censorship from big tech giants. This is one of the best key points of moving the framework along the open source values. For the future, we plan to add the multimodality. At the moment, we are text only, but there are plugins to generate images, but we want to have images and sounds natively into the framework. We already accomplished the conversational forms. I hope in a later talk we can speak in more detail about this because it's really cool. And we want to integrate a knowledge graph into the framework so we can play with both sub-symbolic vector representations and symbolic network ones, like linked data, for example, Wikidata. This stuff is going to be really interesting, we think. Yes, we love the Qdrant. It is our default DB. We support it in 3 different forms: file-based, container-based, and cloud-based also. But from now on, I want to give word to Nicola, which is way more expert on this vector search topic, and he wrote most of the part related to the DB. So thank you, guys. Nicola, to you.
Thanks, Piero. Thanks, Demetrius. I'm so proud to be hosted here because I'm a Vector Space Talks fan. Okay, Qdrant is the vector DB of the Cheshire Cat, and now I will try to explore the feature that we use on Cheshire Cat. The first slide explains the cat's memory because Qdrant is our memory. We have a long-term memory in 3 parts: the episodic memory, when we store and manage the conversation, the chat, the declarative memory when we store and manage documents, and the procedural memory when we store and manage the tools. How to manage three memories with several embedder, because the user can choose his favorite embedder and change it. We explore the feature, the aliases, the Qdrant aliases feature, and we called this topic the drunken cat effect, because if we have several embedders, or for example, two embedders with the same dimension, we can put in the collection, in the episodic or declarative collection, vectors from two different embeddings with the same dimension, but the points are different for the same sentences. And the cat is like for the human when he mixes drinks. He has a big headache and don't understand when what it retrieve to us. The flow now is this. We create the collection with the name, and we use the aliases to label this collection with the name of the embedder used. When the user change the embedder, we check if the embedder has the same dimension. If has the same dimension, we check also the aliases. If the aliases is the same, we don't change nothing. Otherwise, we create another collection. And this is the drunken cat effect, the first feature that we use in the cat. Another feature is the quantization, because with this Qdrant feature, we improve the accuracy and the performance. We use the scalar quantization because we are model agnostic, and other quantization like the binary quantization, if you read on the Qdrant documents, are experimented on not to all embedder, but also for OpenAI and Cohere, if I remember well. We use this the scalar quantization, and the scalar quantization is used in the storage step. The vector are quantized and stored in hybrid mode. The original vector on disk, the quantized vector in RAM. With this procedure, we we can use less memory. In case of Qdrant scalar quantization, the float 32 elements is converted to int 8 on a single number, on a single element, needs 75% less memory. In case of big embeddings like, I don't know, Gina embeddings or Mistral embeddings with more than 1,000 elements, this is a big improvements. The second part is the retriever step. We use a quantized query and a quantized vector to calculate cosine similarity, and we have the top n results, like a simple semantic search pipeline. But if we want a top n results in quantized mode, the quantized mode has less quality on the information, and we use the oversampling. The oversampling is a simple multiplication. If we want top n with n 10, with oversampling, with a score like 1.5, we have 15 results, quantized results. When we have these 15 quantized results, we retrieve also the same 15 no unquantized vectors. And on these unquantized vectors, we rescale based on the query and filter the best 10. This is an improvement because the retrieve step is so fast. Yes, because using these tip and tricks, the Cheshire Cat vectors achieve up 4 times lower memory footprint and 2 times performance increase. We are so fast using this Qdrant feature. And last but not least, we go in deep on the memory. This is the visualization that Piero showed before. This is the vector space in 2D. We use Tisney, is very, very similar to the Qdrant cloud visualization for the embeddings. We have the search bar, how many vectors we want to retrieve. We can choose the memory and other filters. We can filter on the memory, and we can wipe a memory or all memory and clean all our space. We can go in deep using the details. We can pass on the dot and we have a bubble, or use the detail and we have a list of first n results near our query for every memory. Last but not least, we can export and share our memory in two modes. The first is exporting the JSON using the export button from the UI, or if you are very curious, you can navigate the folder in the project and share the long-term memory folder with all the memories. Or the experimental feature is wake up the door mouse. This feature is simple. The download of the Qdrant snapshots. This is experimental because the snapshot is very, very, very easy to download, and we will work on faster methods to use it. But now it works, and sometimes some user use this feature. For me is all, and thank you.
All right, excellent. So That is perfect timing. And I know there have been a few questions coming through in the chat. One from me, I think you already answered, Piero, but when we can have some pistachio gelato made from good old Cheshire Cat.
So the plan is make the cat order gelato from a service, from an API that can already be done. So we meet somewhere or at our house, and gelato is going to come for the cat. He also the cat is able to take each of us can do a different order. But to make the gelato itself, we're going to wait for more open source robotics to come to our way, and then we go also there.
Then we do that. We can get the full program. How cool is that? Well, let's see. I'll give it another minute. Let anyone from the chat ask any questions. This was really cool. And I appreciate you all breaking down not only the space and what you're doing, but the different ways that you're using Qdrant and the challenges and the architecture behind it. I would love to know, while people are typing in their questions, especially for you, Nico, like, what have been some of the challenges that you've faced when you're dealing with just trying to get Cheshire Cat to be more reliable and be more able to execute with confidence?
The challenges are in particular to mix a lot of Qdrant feature with the user needs, because I'm a researcher, a data scientist. I like to play with strange features like binary quantization, but we need to maintain the focus on the user needs, on the user behavior. And sometimes we cut some feature on the Cheshire Cat because is not important now for the user, and we can introduce some bug or some or other misunderstanding for the user.
And can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. All right, good. Now, I'm seeing a question come through in the chat that is asking if you are thinking about cloud version of the cat, like a SaaS.
It's gonna come.
Oh, it's in the works.
It's in the works. Not only, you can self-host the cat freely. Some people install it on a Raspberry, so it's really lightweight. We plan to have a hosted version and also a bigger plugin ecosystem with a little marketplace. Also, user will be able to upload and maybe sell their plugins. So we want to build an economy. Our vision is a WordPress-style ecosystem.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Oh, that is awesome. So basically, what I'm hearing from Nico asking about some of the challenges are like, hey, there's some really cool features that we've got in Qdrant, but it's almost like you have to keep your eye on the prize and make sure that you're building for what people need and want, instead of just using cool features because you can use cool features. And then Piero, you're saying, hey, we really want to enable people to be able to build more cool things and use all these cool different features and whatever flavors or tools they want to use. But we want to be that ecosystem creator so that anyone can bring and create an app on top of the ecosystem and then enable them to get paid also. So it's not just Cheshire Cat getting paid, it's also the contributors that are creating cool stuff.
Yeah. Community is the first protagonist. Without community, I'm gonna tell you. The cat started as a tutorial. When ChatGPT came out, I decided to do a little RAG tutorial, and I chose Qdrant as vector DB. I took OpenAI as a language model, and I built a little tutorial. And then from being a tutorial to show how to build an agent on GitHub, it completely went out of hand. So the whole framework is organically grown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best. That is really cool. Simone is asking if there's companies that are already using Cheshire Cat, and if you can mention a few.
Yeah. There is, okay, in Italy, there are at least 10, 15 companies distributed along education, customer care, typical chatbot usage. Also, one of them in particular is trying to build for public administration, which is really hard to do. On the international level, we are seeing something in Germany, like web agencies starting to use the cat a little. On the USA, mostly they are trying to build agents using the cat and Ollama as a runner. And a company in particular presented in a conference in Vegas a pitch about a 3D avatar. Inside the avatar, there is the cat as a linguistic device.
Oh, nice.
To be honest, we have a little problem tracking companies because we still have no telemetry. We decided to be, no telemetry for the moment. So I hope companies will contribute and make themselves happen. If that does not, we're going to track a little more. But companies using the cat are at least in the 50, 60, 70.
Yeah, nice. And so if anybody out there is using the cat and you have not talked to Piero yet, let him know so that he can have a good idea of what you're doing and how you're doing it. There's also another question coming through about the market analysis. Are there some competitors?
There are many competitors. When you go down to what distinguishes the cat from many other frameworks that are coming out, we decided since the beginning to go for a plugin-based operational agent. And at the moment, most frameworks are retrieval augmented generation frameworks. We have both retrieval augmented generation, we have tooling, we have forms. The tools and the forms are also embedded. So the cat can have 20,000 tools because we also embed the tools and we make a recall over the function calling. So we scaled up both documents, conversation, and tools, conversational forms. And I've not seen anybody doing that till now. So if you want to build an application, a pragmatic operational application to build, to buy products, order pizza, do stuff, have a company assistant, the cat is really, really good at the moment.
Excellent.
Guys. And the cat has a very big community on Discord.
Yeah.
It works.
Our Discord is a mess.
Yeah. You got the best memes around. That is, if that doesn't make people join the Discord, I don't know what will. So
please, Nico, sorry for interrupting.
No. Okay, I finished. So the community is a plus for the Cheshire Cat because we have a lot of developer user on Discord, and for an open source project, the community is fundamentally.
100%. Well, fellas, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on the Vector Space Talks and sharing about the cat. For anybody that is interested, hopefully they go, they check it out, they join your community, they share some memes, and they get involved, maybe even contribute back and create some tools. That would be awesome. So, Piero and Nico, I really appreciate your time. We'll see you all later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for anybody out there that wants to come on to the Vector Space Talks and give us a bit of an update on how you're using Qdrant, we'd love to hear it. Just reach out and we'll schedule you in. Until